Hello and welcome to episode 19 of the Youth Intake Challenge. Coming hot on the heels of the Youth Intake, we've got the final day of the season, which is a cup final, weirdly. We've survived relegation, we've had a good Youth Intake. We've now got an FA Trophy final to look forward to, and I'll show you how we got there, and then we'll line up and see how we get on. So stay tuned. Welcome back. So that is how we finished. We finished in a respectable 16th. Form towards the end was a win-loss, which wasn't too bad. It kept us up. We were, in the end, a few points clear, so about 7 points clear of relegation zone. I think the squad developed at the right time. Probably just got us over the line. There's still some issues regarding signing on Atienza and Jake Gilder, for that matter, who won't renew their contracts, and we're rapidly running out of time. I think we've got a month and a half before they expire. I keep going to the board to see if they'll let me request becoming professional. But in fact, it's there. I've got it. Let's try it one more time. It wasn't there previously, so we'll try and go professional again. If we can squeeze that in before the end of the season and renew the contract, that would be magnificent. But I'll let you know how we get on. In terms of the schedule and how we got to the final then, penalties against Tranmere. I mean, we were losing right until the death of the game, and then we got a Kyle Peterson, absolute rasper of a shot. I think he's our top scorer, right, from midfield as well. He's a phenomenal player. He got his level peg in, it went straight to penalties, and I think it was Harley Purdy, but there you go, one of the youth players. He came through the latest youth intake. He scored the winner, so great introduction for him. The other thing to note really is the squad's too big. That's the first team squad. When we look at the under-18s as well, that's the under-18. So I think it's about time to be ruthless and let some players go. And I'm thinking players like Amoako, who's not lived up to his potential, despite him being in the first team squad. I mean, his potential's only at 2-star now. He's only operating at 1.5 stars, so it's probably time to let him move on. Demos Chatsis as well. He's another one that's maybe not going to live up to what we wanted. So have to have a massive turnaround of the squad in the summer. But first things first, let's get the cup final out of the way. Then we'll do the end of season review. Hopefully we'll get professional status by then, and maybe hold on to Lolo Atienza as well. So big episode. Let's see how we get on. So starting lineup for the cup final is Fredericks in goals. No surprise really there. We've got Cockings, Elsley, Atienza and Bellingham back four. That's as strong as we can get. Bellingham only a 1.5 star currently at right back. We have got some new players coming through in that position, but he's been pretty good all season, 6.86, which isn't too bad. Midfield three of Purdy, Peterson and Spence. Wodrago a little bit unlucky to miss out, but Purdy in that defensive role allows Peterson to play in the playmaker role. And he's been scoring for fun. I think he's up to 11 goals, so he's outscored Hams as it currently stands. We've got Gilder on the left, Moses on the right, and Hams will lead the line up front. And they're probably massive favourites against Alfreton. But we've beat Tranmere, we've beat other teams. There's no reason why we can't give it a good go. And as long as you're in the competition, you've got a chance to win it. So let's go and see what we can do. And the pre-season team talk where you get to kind of G them up and do the expectations before the game. And it was very much a case of we're the underdogs. We weren't expected to be here. Go out and give it your best. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. It doesn't really matter to us. The big aim for us for the season was staying in the division, getting a good youth intake, which we did, and hopefully putting us in a position to stay up again next season. We need to get the stadium, which finishes at the end of June, and then we need to make sure we get back to professional status. Spence puts in an early corner. Had a header on target, well, just wide of the target, but again, promising stuff from Dulwich. I mean, we'll keep it quite tight. We are playing positive because why not go out and try and win the game? If we can get our noses in front, we can maybe go a little bit more balanced and cautious. Moses not having the greatest game on the right hand side. We do have Amoako on the bench. Despite me saying at the start we might have to let him move on, we still might need him for his experience because he is one of the older players in the team. As we go a goal down. Not what we wanted, but probably what was expected. We had an initial burst where we were doing not too bad. A bit loose at the edge of the box. And we found ourselves a goal down. Moses not having the greatest game, neither is Hams. I think we will let it get to half time because I don't want to make it change too early. But they get a second chance to hit the post. I mean, if we'd gone 2-0 down, that would have been a bit of a mountain to climb. Yeah, I think Moses and Hams are probably going to make way at half time. We had an initial promising start, faded off a little bit as we go into half time. So let's get into a bit of a switch around. Moses on a yellow as well. So Amoako on, Spencer on for Hams. And we'll leave one substitution for the second half in case you pick up an injury or something else happens. So we'll see how the second half develops. We will have a little bit of a shout of encouragement. We'll try and get the morale up. We will go attacking because we're a goal down. Remove, get stuck in. I think this might well be slipping away from us a little bit, which is disappointing, but again, there you go. Leroyd's got his second goal of the game. Put Alfreton 2-0 up. Maybe a step too far for us this season. I mean, we're going to be in it again next season. The players will have had a year extra experience, but not what we wanted. Unlucky Fredericks. I think he probably should have saved it. I won't be too harsh on him. Let's go. Well, yeah, let's go very attacking. Let's see if we can at least get something, get a goal back. Although it looks like Alfreton are pressing. McGurk's got in this time. Tip past the post, almost an own goal. Bigger fish to fry though. Atienza, we see there, almost scoring an own goal, getting the ball past the post. We need him to stay. He's a pivotal part of us moving on to next season. He's a 4.5 star centre half. We don't have anyone ready made to take his place. Elsley's there, but he's not got the same potential threshold. 19 minutes to go. We're going to have to do something soon if we're going to do something at all. Puts it long. We just can't cope with them. They've got a lot more control over the ball. Leroy down the left again. In it goes. I thought it was going to be the third Gilder with a chance to break. Can we muster up a counter-attack? Not really. He has kept it alive. Belling Peterson. I mean, he's scored so many goals from the edge of the box. I think he's been one of my favourite players we've had in the development system so far. Amoako with a chance as well, so we're not laying down yet. Bellingham with a chance now to feed it to Peterson. Into Spence. Peterson again, he tried to have a shot, it was blocked. We've got a 3-on-3 now. McGurk breaks through into the box, 1-on-1 with the keeper. Probably should have put it to bed, made it 3. We've survived, but 15 minutes to go. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything more than that. Maybe take Purdy off, bring Wodrago on and put 2 up top. It's probably about the last chance thing we can do for the final 15 minutes. But again, Alfreton working their way into the box, just missing the target. But we'll go 2 up top, see if we can play our way out of this, maybe get back into the game for a grandstand finish. Gilder playing the ball into the middle to Spence, it's short, and Alfreton come forward again. Bellingham wins the ball back well. And I mean, this is it. We've been hit and miss all season. Sometimes we're brilliant, sometimes we're not as good. But this is a good chance to see us in a more creative space. I mean, he's never going to score a header from there, is he? 10 minutes to go, fairly even in terms of the shots and shots on target, but I think there's been a lot better chances than ours. They've had a few one-on-ones. Final 5 minutes. Drifts away, runners-up medal. We'll get into the end of season review. Pick up from the disappointment as the corner goes in. Could we even get a consolation just at the death? I don't think we can. We could be here all day. I don't think we're going to score. 4 minutes to go. One final chance maybe, but it's going their way. Morgan over the top. Oh, it's been put it wide. I mean, I think they probably should have won by more than they have, but to be in a cup final unexpectedly, we've just got to deal with it. Final, I mean, just blow the whistle, ref. Put us out of our misery. We're getting absolutely hammered towards the end of the game. And I'm trying to think what we need really in the team. I certainly think we need another Atienza, maybe another good midfielder. as Elsley picks it up from a corner. Peterson, we need players to play around. I mean, if we can keep Peterson, Spence, Atienza and Gilder and Fred, I mean, we've got quite a good team. I mean, the more I look at it, the more I think that we could finish higher up the league next season. Whether we could get another cup run, because I think there's a large element of luck in a cup run. Full-time whistle goes. Unfortunately, they're red shirts, not blue shirts. I won't watch this. I can't watch this. Come on, let's get to the dressing room. Unlucky. Move on. We gave our best. And let's get to the end of season review. So bear with me, I'll click through, get to the end of season review, and hopefully be back with good news on going pro as well. Stay tuned. Here we go then for the end of season review. Season 2029-30, first season upper division. In terms of transfers in, there never is any. Transfers out, again, I normally get hammered for all these. But I think we let players go that weren't going to have high potential for us, and they've not even really played that many games for some of the teams they've gone to, so I think we're more than justified in what we've done. Teams that are loans out, we've only done one. Didn't get a fee for him, but it was one of them last minutes in the transfer window. In terms of the fixtures, a bit of a slow start. I think we were initially okay, really poor for a couple periods where we went long runs without games. We had that really good period in January, which probably set us up a little bit towards the end of the season, and we picked up again to a respectable 16th on the first time. We'll see how we do next season. FA Cup wise, all right against Gosport at the second attempt. Mansfield knocked us out, and then FA Trophy, we got all the way to the final, mostly getting our way through there on penalties. So I think we 1, 2, 3 lots of penalties along the way, so a bit scrapey, but it was nice to be in the cup final. Moments to remember then: a 5-0 win away at Welling, that was a good game. A 1-0 win at Gillingham with an own goal, which if you can win without scoring yourself, I suppose that's pretty good. And then goal of the season, Purdy. I mean, he played a couple games towards the end of the season, one of the newest intakes, and I mean he's not spectacular. We play him in defensive midfield role rather than at centre half. I think long term he will be a centre half. We just used him where he was slightly better. In terms of the finances, then nothing really new. Sponsorship's gone down. Shirts sold. I mean, they would probably be, if I had to pick my favourite 5 players, that would probably be my 5 players. So I can't really argue with them. Peterson would probably be my top one though. How we lined up then? Let's see: Fredericks, Cockings, Elsley, Atienza, Bellingham, probably Fair, Lashley, yeah. Peterson and Spence, yeah, but probably the other way around. Amawako, I think he's about done with us now, and I think we'd have Hams up ahead of Spencer normally, but again, no awards for the manager this season. Fans player of the season, Peterson. Young player, Peterson. Goal of the season, Purdy. Top goal scorer, Peterson. Most man of the match, Peterson. So you can see why he's become one of the favourites in there. We need to hang on to him for a long time because he's only 17 years old. The most league appearances by a player, Atienza, 233, only 21. You can see the importance of trying to keep him. And then in terms of the manager timeline, that is our lowest points total that we've had as a club, but it's not unexpected because we've gone up a division, still got 1 trophy and 2 major awards, but that is the end of that. I'll have a quick click through. I'll get us through and do the to the start of next season to see what players are left in terms of a squad, and then we can do our kind of predictions on where we think we might finish. Hopefully by then we'll know whether we'll have kept Atienza in the club or not. I mean, that's the big one we want to see. So stay tuned, stick around, and we'll see what the squad looks like at the start of the next window. Welcome back for the final time. We've got some good news and we've got some bad news, I suppose. So start with the bad news first, I guess. We haven't managed to get professional status. They've rejected us again due to the financial worries. We've not got the stadium in place. They're not going to do it, so we're stuck in part-time mode for a little bit longer. So semi-professional. A little bit more bad news is the stadium's been delayed. So whereas it should have been ready in June, it's not. I think the new schedule is September. So I think in facilities, 29th of September we should have the new stadium ready, which is a little bit disappointing. Probably affected when we might be able to go professional again. It's caused some knock-ons. However, the positive news is that Lolo Atienza signed a new contract on a part-time contract till 2033, so we've got an extra 3 years. He is on £2,000 a week, and we also managed to get Jake Gildert secured as well. So 2 of our best players signed on for another season. Absolutely fantastic news. What that means in terms of the squad planner, and I've been through and refined this for who we've got this season, is we've got 3 really good goalkeepers to choose from. Borrowdale's just come in the newest intake. Fredericks is our first choice keeper. Chigozi's not bad, and he's got quite a bit of potential as well, up to 4-star. But I think Borrowdale's 5-star potential. Fredericks is 4.5-star. So I think long term Chigozi's probably for the chop. We've let Ergi Muka go in the transfer window. We didn't need 4 goalkeepers, so just to thin the squad down a little bit, we've let him go. And there are a couple of the players we've let go along the way as well. In terms of left back, we've got Cockings as the first choice, and then we've got Gabriel Horney, 5-star, 4.5-star potential. Louis Braithwaite, 4-star potential, and Drakos with 4.5-star potential as well. So flush at left back. Cockings 2.5-star already current ability, so good first team level. Centre half, I mean, Atienza staying is an absolute godsend. We've got Elsley, who's the next up and coming in terms of current ability. But what I would say is AD McAvoy at 2-star with a 5-star potential. I want to get him integrated as quickly as possible, because if we can get him up to the level of Atienza or anywhere close, I mean, that's going to be a formidable centre-half partnership. Elsley might need to start the season as the first choice. He's a little bit more experienced, tougher, taller, and more physical. But again, we'll see how we can introduce him. And Harley Purdy as well. He's another one that's really good in that position, although he plays more defensive midfield for us. In terms of right back then, Bellingham, first choice starter at 1.5 stars. However, I think Jesse Russell has got 4-star potential, as has Craig Howard, whereas Bellingham only gusts up to a 3. However, Bellingham will probably start the season at right back. Defensive midfielder, Carl Peterson probably won't play there. Harley Purdy, who's up to 4-star potential ability, is probably going to play that defensive midfield role initially. There are other players like Luke Hallett coming through with 5-star. He might get a couple of games in there to see how he plays. But again, not looking too bad in that position. And a huge number of other players with high potential thresholds as well. On the right, Dean Spence, 5-star, first name on the team sheet. He's going to play the attacking role on the right-hand side. I mean, there's not much really to say about that. We've got Ouedraogo, Schaff, Stephen Williams is getting introduced to the squad. Another one with high potential threshold. On the left, Carl Peterson at 3.5-star current ability. He's going to start there. Again, huge amount of other players there with high potential thresholds, which we'll look on the squad view in a minute. Attacking midfield on the left, again, Jake Gilder will start out there. We've got Dimitriadis, again, he can play centrally or he can play on the wing. Matt King's come in as well. He's done really well in the pre-season friendlies. On the right, we've got Moses. He's overtaken Amoako and cemented himself as the first choice. We've got Stacey Giddens coming up there. We've got Matt King. Amoako, I'm going to look to move on at the earliest opportunity because he's just not got the potential threshold. Mbabu's really not come on as quickly as we thought he might have. He's 20 now. Still not even gusted up to a star. So, again, we might move him on. And then up top, we've got Lamar Hams. He'll probably start up top. We've got Justin Powell, the Welsh lad. Steve Spencer scored a few goals last season. So, again, we're looking quite flush up there. We just need to thin the squad down a bit. How that looks in terms of potential ability is there's a huge number of players with high potential in there. That's just the first team squad. I've kind of settled on it. It's slightly more than 25 man, but I think it's necessary to have that because there's some other players who are too old for the younger squad, and it breaks up the players a bit more. And then an under 18 squad, we've got a huge number of players in there as well. So I think the future's bright. I'm looking forward to starting the season, and I think we're on for a really good finish. In terms of the pre-season predictions, 50-1, miles better than a 300 odd to 1 that we were last season. It's probably still got us down near the bottom end, but I think mid-table probably isn't beyond us. I don't think we're going to have enough to mount any kind of playoff challenge. We might do if players develop in the right way and we keep the right players fit, but I think it's probably a little bit out of our reach. But in terms of the vision, what we need to do, I think again another season in this division, strengthen up a little bit more, get some of the players another year under their belt and a bit more experience, and we'll be laughing, get the new stadium, get the finances sorted, and then we'll be ready to take the next step. So let me know how you think we're going to get on. I think it's going to be a much better position in the league this season. I don't know if we'll get another cup run. It was disappointing to miss out on the cup final, but it's just nice to be in it. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Things are looking promising. The challenge isn't over yet, although at one point I did think when we went part-time and the players were looking like they didn't want to sign new contracts, I was thinking it was all falling apart, but we'll see how we get on. Until next time, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Take care.